Brian Bealer's rounding them up. It's going to be August 24th. For sale, 1964 Chevrolet El Camino. My phone's already beeping. So let's put this thing on mute. This search comes from a subscriber. And like this subscriber, there's a make and model classic vehicle you're looking for. It's free and easy to do. You just subscribe to the channel, drop in the comments on any of my round them up videos what it is you're looking for, and I'll round them up for you. So you heard it right. We're basically looking up cars for subscribers. It's going to be my pick of the day. It's always the banner or the thumbnail. It'll always be the last car we talk about. It's the only one that's not going to usually be in price order. Otherwise, they're going to go from lowest to highest. Going to be on Facebook and Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. And they're all going to read out the same. 64 Chevrolet El Camino. That's what we're looking up. $27.50 is what he's wanting for this one. It's going to be the cheapest one. I believe it was on a past episode. I mentioned how I don't like the steel plating they put in the back of the cab or on the floor. So that would be things I would want to fix if it was going to be mine. It does have a nice dash in it. It's 4-speed for this kind of money. If it's got a title, that'd be the next thing's title. And a lot of these guys here right off the bat do not mention if they got a title or not. So if you want to read it out, you pause it up right there. The area was Wisconsin. So you go Wisconsin, punch in 64 Chevrolet El Camino. This car will pop up. It's for sale as of the 24th. On to another one. Going to be another one in a garage. You got to dig that. It's 64 El Camino. Chevrolet El Camino. You want to type that in exactly how you see it. So you first time viewers, you can look up all these cars. They're all currently for sale. None of them belong to me. I'm not the one that sets the prices. Nor do I charge a finder's fee. Or do I get a commission off any of them selling. The only way to pay back the channel is with a thumbs up, thumbs down. Those are what gets my videos out there for more viewers to subscribe and drop requests. I know a lot of the requests we got on the search list here, these are cars we've gone over not that long ago. So a lot of times you're going to see the same car on here as the past episode because it's still for sale. So you can go watch past episodes, and a lot of those cars are still listed for sale if they're somewhat in the last couple months. Good chance are they're still for sale, especially if they're over $20,000. And if that's what you're looking to spend, can't believe you're shopping here on Rounding Them Up, but I sure do appreciate it. We usually started this whole channel off with finding project cars, you know, stuff that you can afford to buy. So this guy's an LS engine coming with it. It's only got 3 photos, which really suck. All 3 of them don't really show you the car at all, other than it's got some real ugly wheels on it. On to another one. It's going to be a 64 Chevrolet El Camino. So he's got it in there in the description correctly. It's going to be Ohio, $3,900, posted a week ago. This could have been pick of the day. Could have been my thumbnail, my banner. This car would have been seen by everybody that sees my Rounding Them Up episode. But unfortunately, we can't stay in the photos, and I'm not going to correct them for him. I could go into my editor, save this photo, crop this down, and make this photo look so much better. I can do it off my computer, but even on your phone, just go to edit photos, and it's not that hard to figure out how to crop all this black off here, and then the car be as big as the picture you see behind this picture. So I don't get it why people do that, but hey, that's what you'll see that a lot. If you subscribe and watch a lot of Round Them Up, you'll see that a lot of people don't know how to leave photos. So this looks like a decent car. The trim taillights are off it, but it looked like it was all piled inside of it. And he says clean title in hand, so should have been the pick of the day, but thanks to the photos, we didn't give it to him. On to another one. Be a nice car to go check out, and if you're in Ohio looking for a 64 El Camino, though. So on to the next one. This is going to be a 1964 Chevrolet El Camino, $4,500. This again could have been the pick of the day. Looks like a really decent car. Does say clean title. Lower quarter shot on the driver's side, but I like that the bed's not been chopped out and replaced with a piece of sheet metal. So you got to dig and respect that. And if I was going to replace the floor in one of these, I would obviously just go get a truck bed and cut the truck bed out and put in here. I wouldn't put flat sheet metal or diamond plate. But that's me. I mean, if you're using it for a truck or as an everyday used car, hell, do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. On to another one. And I usually include 65s, but this subscriber wanted to see 64s, so that's why we're seeing only 64 Chevrolet El Caminos. $4,500 3 weeks ago, Oklahoma. This looks like, again, another really nice looking car, but it says he's missing most of the trim, so what you see is what you get. I'm guessing no glass, but he has a front and rear bumper. That sounds like all he's got to go with it. So you see the price. 3 weeks ago, Oklahoma. On to another one. Again, could have been the pick of the day. This is going to be Rochester, New York. 64 Chevy, 64 original El Camino, California. That's how you'd want to punch it in. This one's on Craigslist. $49.95, posted 3 days ago. I did read it out. The original color was black. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. So if you're looking for a project for under $5 grand, New York's the place to go. Pick this one up. Look how solid. You're not going to find one in this episode that shows you a more solid car than this one right here. This thing's absolutely beautiful. And I got to tell you, he did a really great job showing you that this car has no rust. Those are inner quarter lips with no holes. So absolutely beautiful car. Shows you had the original pink slip or title there. Got the original pink slip title from 1972. So you're seeing the price right. $49.95. And I got to tell you, that's an awesome buy right there. If you're looking for an El Camino, jump on that. California car that's in Rochester, New York right now. And it's for sale 3 days ago. On to another one. It's going to be another Craigslist ad. This one is going to be in California. Inland Empire. 1964 Chevrolet El Camino for $5,500. Posted 30 days ago. So Craigslist only allows the cars to be posted for 30 days. So they'll have to update this or renew the ad, or it'll be gone after today. $5,500 for that one. I'd say it's got a 6-cylinder in it. And boom, there it is. So it's got a 6-cylinder in it. Probably runs. It's got the 230 cubic inch automatic. Has a few rust spots, nothing major. Solid car. Ran when it was purchased. Sat for a while, now having trouble starting it. So you can't get it started. But I'm sure a little bit of tinkering, you'll get that going. On to another one. It's going to be 64 Chevrolet El Camino for $8,500. So we just went from under $5 grand to $8,500. Listed 17 weeks ago, Mississippi. Looks like it's been sitting in this spot for a decade. Wheels sunk over halfway through the rim. They must be running the old weed eater around to keep the weeds from growing up through it. Those have a newer V8 in it. I see bolts in the centers of the valve covers. It's probably a 305, but it's what I would guess. The motor was completely reworked. Headers, pistons, cams was added. But he don't tell you what cubic inch it is. Make offer, thanks. Doesn't say nothing about a title either. You can go to his page and hear it runs. So apparently it runs. Looks like a strap they pulled it out of the weeds with, but I don't know. It looks like it's been sitting right there for a really long time. Well, Mississippi's the area. On to another one. The 64 El Camino here for $9,500. Seems like a lot for a car that don't look finished. This thing looked pretty damn nice. So no bumpers, no trim back on it. Tailgate's not on it. Yep, it's 4-speed. Some beautiful floors, beautiful seats. Underside looks absolutely great. So yeah, you have to read him out, see if you're getting all the parts. It says originally a Georgia car. It's a 283 with the M21 4-speed. Look, that'd be a Muncie. Yeah, it's got a 354 bolt, 30 over included. It's got a nice long printout. Check him out. $9,500 on this already. So on to another one. I do like the 4-speed. I think it looked pretty nice. Didn't like the steering wheel, and I didn't like the aftermarket gauges they chopped up and put in here. I think that's where your radio should be. On to another one. Gonna be a 64 Chevrolet El Camino Deluxe. That's how he's got it printed out. It's gonna be in Colorado. 12,000 2 hours ago. You heard right. This car just went online for sale 2 hours ago. Got some beautiful rims and tires on it. Engine definitely looks all cleaned up. Interior looks decent. Love the steering wheel. It's got radio delete panel in it. It's got it on Summit. So it looks like they had something to do with Summit. A 64 El Camino. Lots of new goodies. No trades. Very firm on the price. Featured in Summit Racing. Runs and drives. Fun classic car. Has AC and heat. You gotta dig that. 12,000. I'm gonna see that 12,000 is gonna be the going price here for a minute. So 12,000 again on this one. 64 El Camino, listed 2 days ago. Minneapolis. Man, you'd think you could have wheeled that outside and washed it. I do dig the steering wheel. I dig that the dash cluster's not all cut up. Those have an automatic shifter on the floor, but wow. I think could have took some better photos. Wheeled that thing outside and washed it up a little bit. Do dig the keystones on it. Just don't get to see a good view of the car because it's stuffed in the garage with, like, I don't know, 3 inches of dust on it. On to another one. It's going to be a 64 Chevrolet El Camino here for $12,000. Listed 3 days ago, California. Love the 4-speed. Absolutely hate the gauges. So it looks like they just cut out the gauges, and I hate the paint job too. So ugly looking car with that paint job on it. I like the 4-speed. I don't like the seats. I do like the wheels. I don't know where the hood's at. So I know I go through them kind of quick. We always try to get an episode done in a half hour. There's no description on here either. So absolutely no description on the car. So if you're interested in it, California area, you just have to go on here and punch message him. See if he's got more info than nothing at all to say about it. Oh, there you go. There's your information. If you want to read it out, you got to read it out through those pictures. I don't know. But I do go kind of fast. You can always pause it up or get on your phone or your computer and look the cars up. Just go to the area I'm in. It'd be Minnesota. Punch in 1964 Chevrolet El Camino, 12,000 again. Got a nice seat in there. Engine look cleaned up. Got some nice new rims and tires on it. Bottom side looks great. But I don't know, 12,000. It's not finished. Like, not even finished enough to drive it home. You'd have to take a trailer to get it. And it's 12,000. Texas car, very little rust. 305 in that one. Call Bob. On to another one. 1964 Chevrolet El Camino, 12.5 we're at now. Listed 3 days ago in Oklahoma. Got a Tahoe cover on it. The paint looks really nice. Got some pretty decent wheels on it, but just horrible photos, man. How is that the only photos you include in your car and you want 12.5? I don't know. It's your area, Oklahoma, looking for one. It's got a 350 fuel injected, but he didn't show it to you. On to another one. This is going to be a 64 Chevrolet El Camino for $14,950. Listed 2 hours ago in Oregon. Got some serious scratches in the roof right there, and he's showing them to you, so already appears to be an honest seller. I'm not sure if this is how I would start my photo off of the car of mine, but that's beautiful, right? So for $14,950, sure in hell looks a lot better than some of the other ones we've seen for $12. So that's another cool part about my channel. I'm rounding these cars up, so me putting them in price order shows you what people are asking for other ones at the same price. So on to another one. 1964 Chevrolet El Camino, 15,000 now, PA. And I gotta tell you, this is the first too. I've never seen someone start their cars off, a picture of their car, undercover. So I guess that's to get more people to click on it to see what it actually looks like. I don't know. You tell me, is that a good idea? To have your first photo that people see about your car be one with a cover over it. So it's very nice, 327 board, 383. Very little back filled with new parts. Includes a car cover. Well, we see it's definitely got a car cover on it. Let's see what the car looks like. So it does look absolutely gorgeous. So for $15,000, I don't know how you can buy any of the other ones. I just think I would have added that photo with the cover as the last photo and not the first photo. But that's my opinion. Looks like it comes with a nice car cover. $15,000 4 weeks ago, PA. On to another one. And check this out. It's going to be a 64 Chevrolet El Camino, $15,000. Same price as that last one. It's going to be in Colorado, listed a week ago. Got a nice big Reese hitch on it, and definitely got some huge wheels on this. So you see it right. It's 4-wheel drive. Lockout hubs. Looked like it was a manual. Chopped down those race seats too to fit in there somewhat decent. You got to appreciate that. Nice looking engine, man. That's a nice looking 4-wheel drive right here. Got sand, that's what it says. 64 El Camino 4x4, 400 small block, T59 automatic transmission. So my bad, it had an automatic in there. New radiator, new heater core, new bumper, 72 Blazer chassis. So that's the chassis it's sitting on. If you see this ad, it's available. That's like the greatest thing you could put in your ad right there. If you see it, it's available. Yep, that's what you should be putting. Not that you won't respond to if it's available. That's like the worst thing you could say in your ad. And it's just as easy to print that right there. You see this ad, it's available. I can't repeat that enough to people trying to sell a car. And when you sell it, you get on here and you delete it. So then if you don't see it, then obviously it's not for sale. For some reason it just looks like they shortened the wheelbase or something. I don't know. On to another one. Give me a 64 Chevrolet El Camino for $15,000, listed 8 weeks ago. It's going to be in Kansas, and we listed this car last time. So last time we did an El Camino search, it was still on there. And you can see it's still on here now. So you can always go back and watch old episodes. If they're within the last 3 or 4 months, more than likely, the cars are still listed for sale, a lot of them. Especially up into $15,000 to $20,000 to $30,000. Those cars ain't selling quickly. On to another one. Although this one looks absolutely beautiful for $16,500. 64 Chevrolet El Camino, 4 weeks ago, Michigan. I tell you, we've been seeing some really nice cars out of Michigan. And Michigan's a state like Ohio. And it throws salt down every time it just barely even flakes some snow. So absolutely loving the inside. The wooden wheel. The floor shifter that looked like a 4-speed, but it's not. I don't know about the blue engine. I like the air cleaner. I like the whole car, man. This is a really nice car. And the price again was $16,500. It's only a 305 in it. That really sucks, but it is what it is. On to another one. I really hate that the hood's louvered up. This car don't look bad. I like the Bradley wheels. Definitely bright. Arrest Me Resale Red. I believe that's what we've been calling it on the premieres, because I premiere all my videos. They usually start around 8 o'clock East Coast. And then if there's more searches in that same night, it'll be one right after another. So if we do another one tonight, it'll be after this episode. $18,000, 3 weeks ago, Minneapolis. I definitely hate the louver hood. You don't want to do that to your hood. I get it if it's an old street rod, hot rod. That's one thing. But you start doing it to your 64 El Camino. Wow, man. That car really looked nice to have a hood sliced up like that. And I hate the steering wheel and the cheap shifter, but that's me. $18,000. I'd definitely rather had the other one. On to another one. This is a 1964 Chevrolet El Camino, New York here. 5 weeks ago this car was posted. $18,000. I don't like the drag light wheels or the steering wheel. Love the bench seat. The paint looks great. Nice looking car. Other than just the rims and the steering wheel. Yeah, I think you could change up and really make this car work. Make it look like it's really worth $18,000. Those drag lights, they just don't look good on it. And the steering wheel on it speaks for itself. On to another one. We're going to be up to $18,900 here. 1964 Chevrolet El Camino. I'm telling you right now, that $900 was worth just having the original wheel. Look how much better that looks. I know I say it a lot in a lot of my episodes, but when you drive this car, that's what you got your hands on, and that what you're looking at when you're driving it down the road is the instrument panel and the steering wheel. And the next thing that you're using is the shifter to shift the car. So you don't want a junk shifter and junk steering wheel and a nasty instrument panel in a car that you're going to be driving. That's my opinion. If you like nasty looking wheels and sitting and looking at it, this wheel is beautiful compared to what we just looked at. This car it's worth $900 more. I don't know about the shaved firewall, but that's what it looked like they did to it. So I'm not sure why you'd shave up the firewall like that, but they did. Any help would be appreciated. So that's somebody dropping a request right there. So again, you know, if there's a classic car you're looking for, just drop in the comments below. Subscribe, it's free. When it says subscribe, you don't have to pay any subscription fee. It's free. The only way to support the channel and give back to me doing rounding them ups and finding cars for you is thumbs up, thumbs down. Either way, that gets my videos out to more people. And I appreciate all you guys that have been doing that. Thanks a lot, guys, gals. Appreciate all the thumbs ups. We've gotten a lot of them lately. We did set a record and got 3 thumbs downs on a Nova video the other day, but it's all good. I appreciate those guys too. So I mean, if you don't like the video, don't leave without clicking the thumbs down. If you're only watching for 30 seconds and that guy, he sucks, hit the thumbs down. I appreciate that. Nice looking car right here. I like the American racing wheels, I like the Tahoe cover. It's got a car cover, but he didn't show it as the banner of his ad. Was not the first photo he threw out there. But what was his first photo? That one right there. The beautiful steering wheel. So on to another one. And again, we got bad photos. So $22,000. He don't know how to crop them down to make his photo look as big as this right here. Instead, he'd rather you look at this, break out the magnifying glass, and so you could actually see any kind of details before thinking about giving him $22,000. So it's got some kind of Camino hockey puck stripe on it, which I think would have been 67, 68. I don't know. If you like it, you like it. It's got some cool wheels, big wheels, stripe. Looks extremely clean from the little photos that I see. I don't know about 22,000. And the steering wheel even looked kind of good compared to some of the aftermarket steering wheels we see. On to another one. It's going to be 64 Chevrolet El Camino. He knew how to crop his photos. Check out how big that picture of that car is of his. And I mean, every ad we've looked at could be like this. It's just a matter of knowing how to do your photos. More than likely, this showed a lot more in the photo, and he shrunk it down to right underneath the tire, right up to the bumper. I don't know. A lot of you older guys, I guess, don't know how to do it, because a lot of these cars that are being asked $22,000 for isn't from the younger generation. I guess it's the younger generation that knows how to crop photos. This is a beautiful car. Dig the rally wheels on it. Original cluster in it. Yeah. After I gave him credit for all those photos, then he took those ones with this photo up and down. If you held his phone the other way. Yeah, there he is. That's the victim that we just cut down on his photos. He did know how to crop them. Just trust me, he cropped a couple of these. On to another one. It's going to be 64 El Camino here. $25,000. I love the console. Hate the steering wheel. Hate the dash cluster. So you can tell they just put in a piece in the back here and chopped in all the gauges and chopped in a radio that's not even straight. And it looks like an inch gap here to a half inch over here. So I even put that shit in crooked. But I love the 4-speed. I like the painted rims, the color. American Racing wheels painted the same color as the interior, but I do not like the grill painted. It's absolutely horrible. So I hate painting grills on just about everything. They painted the trim up on it blue, so it must have had some nasty trim to have had to painting it. But listed a day ago, $25,000. I think he's out of his mind for that kind of money. The hood scoop looks absolutely obnoxious too. So that's my opinion. I love the wheels. Painted blue, they actually look great. Even on that white paint. On to another one. They just did too much of that blue. Columbus, Ohio here. 64 El Camino, $25,500. Listed a day ago. This car looks absolutely beautiful. So if money's not an option, you can just go buy whatever you want. There's a nice one. A day ago, Columbus, Ohio. Drive it home. Frame off, been rotisserie. Yeah, like a cream yellow. Got a Dana 60 rear end in it with 4-wheel disc brakes. 350 GM motor with 700R trans. Check it out. Got his phone number on there. Also says he don't need help selling it, but we put him on this episode anyway. On to another one. It's going to be Los Angeles here. Going to be 64 El Camino for $28,000. Posted just 10 days ago. I don't know. It's a really nice looking stock car until you get to the steering wheel. I don't know. It's a wooden wheel. It's an aftermarket. It's blacked out in the middle. Again, probably not as god-awful as some of them steering wheels we see in classic cars, I'll tell you. But, I don't know, $28,000? I don't see it. I think we've looked at better on this episode already. On to another one. And you gotta appreciate black. San Diego here, 64 El Camino, $30,000, posted about a month ago, so this car will be gone after today. And I gotta tell you, you guys that watch all the time, you already see what I'm looking at. And I'm not even going to talk about it. And you know, that's disgusting to think that we just looked under the hood. He would have been better off not showing an under the hood picture if that's the $16 air cleaner he's going to run on a car he's wanting $30,000 for. I'm not even going to tell y'all. If you want to know how I feel about this air cleaner, go back and watch some past episodes. It's the worst thing Eldebrock ever made. They should have been put out of business because of it. And if you want to know why I feel that way, go back and watch an old episode. We see one all the time. And to see one on a $30,000 car, that's just a crying shame, man. On to another one. I wouldn't buy that car just because of the air cleaner. 1964 Chevrolet El Camino, $30,000. There's no way we could have another air cleaner like that. So, nice red paint, nice Tahoe cover. Looks like it's Pro Streeted. It is. So Pro Street, $30,000. I mean, that makes up some of that money. Look how beautiful that dash looks. Yeah, ugly steering wheel, but man, beautiful dash. I'm digging it. $30,000 for a Pro Street. Got a nice printout on it. Engine's a 454, board 30 over. So I mean, I'm seeing the money. If you want something really badass and sick, and you got $30,000 to go buy something, El Camino's what you've been wanting. Boom, there it is. That's a badass car, man. Couldn't tell it was a big block. See, didn't show a close enough picture of it. On to another one. A 64 El Camino, $32,000, North Carolina. This almost got to be a big block now, right? And it is. A flamed out wheel. Only a 4-speed too, so. Got the best drivetrain of the day right here. It's probably going to be 454. Sure is. 4-speed. Everything works. Got positive traction rear end, even though it says positive traction rear end. It's all House of Colors paint. I'm digging it. I guess the steering wheel matches the air cleaner, and they're not as bad as the ones we usually see. You can see that fan's actually spinning in this picture, so it's running right now. On to another one. Los Angeles here, gonna be San Francisco, 1964. Chevrolet El Camino, lowered price. They lowered the price to $37,500. I like the blue. It does look beautiful. So again, one of those cars where money's not an option and you can just go buy whatever one you want. Say, hey mom, I found the one I want. Hey pops, let's go get this one. Yep, money's not an option. That's a nice car. Because he's wanting $37,500. On to another one. It's going to be the highest price one of the day right here. East Idaho. El Camino 64. 1964. That's how he's got it punched in there. $38,500 for this one. 12 days ago. I dig the American racing wheels. Finally somebody got it right with an original look underneath the hood. But it took $38,500 to get an original looking one. Yep, it's 4-speed. Dig the American racing wheels. You think they all could have looked this good? Yep. Just under 40,000. I guess you got to appreciate that with some of the searches we've done that have went as high as $80,000, $90,000 a car. So on to my pick of the day, and it's going to be this one right here. So this is the one I go check out. It's a 1964 Chevrolet El Camino, $4 grand, 7 weeks ago, in Maryland. So Maryland gets the pick of the day. Now, it looks like it was a stick shift. Looks like it's been sitting in the backyard a long time. Looks real rusty. But like I always say, if you're going to build a car, build it yourself. You know, you'll be more proud of the car when you're done. If you can start off with photos showing, man, this is what it looked like when I got it. Not just some car that was already turnkey. So you want pride in what you build and what you do. $4 grand, it's a negotiable, I believe, too. It's a 64 El Camino. It's been sitting for many years. No engine, no trans. Needs complete restoration. Or parts car. Unfortunately, I have to part with a few project cars. Not personally me myself. Again, I own none of these. I'm not looking to buy an El Camino either. But he will accept reasonable offers for this car. And it's got clean title. So, you've seen the prices on some of them we were saying. This does look originally to be a white car. But I could be wrong. Could be black. If I had to bet on it, I'd say it was white with blue interior. But you don't know until you reach out and get a hold of the guy. Back bumper had a big dent in it, but I like all the glasses in it. Like every project car I find, I usually put on the pick of the day. It's always something that's complete. You know, there's no engine trans, but It's not that hard to come up with a Chevy small block, but big block would be the way to go. Like you seen in those last couple cars that were close to 40 grand. So if it was the first time you caught a Rounding Them Up episode, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching till the end. Again, if y'all could hit thumbs up, the thumb down, whatever it is you feel about the episode, but it is what it is. This is what the subscriber wanted to see. This is what we looked up. Hope you appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.